The sound of the school bell echoed through the halls of Brookside High, and as students rushed out, one girl stayed behind, Grace Turner. With her worn-out backpack and muddy boots, she quietly packed her books while whispers followed her like shadows. "Farm girl," they called her. "Smells like cows." She never replied, never fought back. She had learned long ago that silence was her shield. Grace lived on a small family farm at the edge of town. Her mornings began before sunrise, feeding chickens, milking cows, and then catching the old yellow bus that took her to school. Her hands were calloused, her clothes simple, and her heart pure. But that purity was what made her a target, especially for Mason Price, the golden boy of Brookside High. Mason was everything Grace wasn't: rich, charming, popular. His father was a local councilman, and his mother owned half the town's real estate. To him, Grace was an easy victim, a nobody he could mock without consequence. His friends laughed at every cruel joke he made about her. But Mason's arrogance was about to take him too far. One Friday afternoon, the school was buzzing about the upcoming inspection, a routine police check for drug safety on campus. That's when Mason had his twisted idea. "Let's make the little farm girl famous," he said with a smirk. His friends laughed, thinking it was just another prank. None of them realized how cruel it would become. While Grace was in the library studying, Mason quietly unzipped her backpack, slipped a small bag of white powder inside, and closed it back up. His plan was simple. When the police dogs came through, Grace would be caught red-handed. He wanted to humiliate her, to make everyone see her as the dirty, poor girl who didn't belong. The next morning, the inspection began. Officers moved through the hallways with trained dogs. Grace sat nervously in class, clutching her bag. She had no idea what was coming. When the dog stopped beside her desk and barked, everyone turned. Whispers spread like wildfire. Grace froze as the officer asked her to open her bag. Her hands trembled as she unzipped it. The moment the plastic bag appeared, gasps filled the room. Her teacher looked horrified. "Grace, what is this?" I don't know," she stammered, tears forming in her eyes. "That's not mine." The officer asked her to stand and follow him. Mason watched from across the room, smirking. His friends high-fived, thinking they'd just destroyed her. But what Mason didn't know was that Grace wasn't as naive as he believed. The night before, Grace had overheard Mason in the hallway boasting about the prank of the year. She didn't let on that she'd heard him. Instead, she went straight to the principal's office and explained everything. The principal, unsure whether to believe her, decided to quietly install a hidden camera in the classroom, just to be safe. Now, as the officers led her out, the principal stepped forward. "Wait," he said calmly. "Before we jump to CONC,